Alright, what's going on, man? I don't know if you can tell, but we got a new setup, man. I got me a laptop. Hopefully this will, improve the quality of the videos. But as you can see by the title and what you're looking at right now, we're going to predict the 2026 NFL playoff picture. We've been doing contender or pretender, but I think it's time we start predicting, where these teams are going to be at, who's going to make the playoffs, who's just going to miss out. So let's get right into it, man. These are the teams that made the playoffs last year from both sides, AFC, NFC. As we know, Seahawks went on to win it all. But we're going to go ahead and start with the AFC. And before we get into who's going to make it, let's talk about who's not going to make it. Yeah, that's right, Ravens fans. I think you're going to sit at home this year just like you did last year. Bills. That's a big surpriser right there. I think there's just better teams this year, man. And I don't feel like they did a lot to improve. I mean, they went and got DJ Moore, but does that move you? Because it does not move me. And then the Chargers. I just don't like Justin Herbert, if you want me to be honest with you. I love Jim Harbaugh, but I just got a feeling they're going to underperform per usual. But let's get into these teams that are going to make it, man. Let's start with the 7th seed, the Kansas City Chiefs. We all know Mahomes got hurt at the end of last year. That's not exactly why they were bad, because he did play a lot of games, but he did end up getting hurt. This year, I feel like he's going to come back with that mentality that I want to whoop ass. I want to win the Super Bowl mentality. I'm not saying they're going to do that, but there's no way they missed the playoffs back to back. I mean, come on. You think Roger Goodell's going to let them miss back to back? But seriously, I don't think that they would. They're probably going to be, they are a worse team than the Chargers, but they're somehow going to make it over them. It's just going to happen. Like I said, Chargers consistently underperform. Chiefs will probably overperform this year, but I do think at the end of the day they're going to get first rounded by whoever they play. So next, at the 6th seed, we got the Cincinnati Bengals. They went and improved that defense. They got Dexter Lawrence, they got Jonathan Allen. They made the right moves. That was a big problem for them last year. Still an electric offense, obviously, with, as you can see, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown. But at the end of the day, this team obviously relies on the health of Joe Burrow. I fucking hate Joe Flacco. I was going to sit here and say, oh, he played well last year, but I'd rather not. I really hate that guy. So they rely on Joe Burrow's health, and I don't love their head coach, so they could miss, but I think they make it as a 6th seed. Coming in at the 5 seed, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a team that is, you can see the typo there, really good. They're really good on both sides of the ball. Not great. They might be great on defense, but I don't know. I feel like they're just shy of great. They didn't replace their number one running back, Travis Etienne. They're running with Bashal Tootin this year, which the guy's pretty fucking good in Madden. I don't know if that'll translate to real life, but I don't like that for them. I also don't trust Trevor Lawrence. Maybe it's just me. I feel like it should be all of us at this point. He has underperformed in times when they needed him, but we'll see how he plays. Still an elite receiver group with Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers. And they have a top 5 head coach in the league. And let's not forget, man, Duval. But coming in at 4, we got the Houston Texans. I do have a slight bias against this team. We'll get into that later, but top 3 defense in the NFL, probably number 1. They are, in my opinion. They went and got David Montgomery, which I think is nice. And if Joe Mixon plays, there's a good chance we don't see either of the running backs they played last year, Woody Marks and Nick Chubbs. Goodness gracious, I can't talk. Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. They might not even see any playing time if we got Joe Mixon and David Montgomery back there. But big question is, can CJ Stroud bounce back? Phenomenal rookie year. Comes in this year. Just doesn't give you what you wanted. But I do think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll bounce back. And another big question for them is, can Nico Collins stay healthy? One of the top 10 to 15 receivers in the league when he is healthy, but he hasn't been able to do that yet. I hope he can stay healthy this year for them. I got them at 4, winning their division. At number 3, we got the New England Patriots, man. Went to the Super Bowl last year, couldn't get it done, but I think this year we'll see Drake May take another leap. I think he's just going to get better. They gave him A.J. Brown. They get him Romeo Doubs. They got an elite receiver tandem. Don't love their running backs. That's been an issue. I know they've shown flashes, both Trevion and Ramondre. Trevion more so, but I don't love those guys. But their defense still looks pretty damn good. And they got a head coach that I trust to lead that defense in Mike Vrabel. So I think the Patriots will be just fine. Coming at number 2, would you look at that? We got the GOATs, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is why I hate the Texans for now. But look, I know no one's going to agree with this unless they wear black and yellow. But listen, I think Patrick Graham is going to open up this defense that should have been elite before. It will be now. They added pieces. They went and got Jaquan Brisker, Jamel Dean, added Sebastian Joseph Day in that interior line. It's going to be a good defense. It should have been already. It only got better roster-wise, so I think with Patrick Graham, they're going to improve. Mike McCarthy, new head coach, has always had a good offense. Every time he steps into a team, he boosts that offense. And I think he's going to do the same now, especially with the receivers that Pittsburgh has brought in. Last year, it was DK, Calvin Austin, and then, you decide. Fucking MVS, Scotty Miller, whatever. But now we got DK, Michael Pittman, Jeremy Bernard, Roman Wilson. I think is going to take a leap. I like that. The question surrounding this team, though, is can A-Rod lead them on a deep playoff run? Historically, not the best quarterback of all time in the playoffs, but we know for sure now that this is his last ride. So, will he be able to, lead this team down that stretch? And can TJ Watt stay healthy on defense? That's been a problem his whole career. By far the best player in the league when he's healthy. Bias or not, that's what I think. But he's got to stay healthy, and this offensive line's got to take a leap. They started rough last year, pulled it together, was pretty consistent for the majority of the year, but they got to take that next step to protect their geriatric quarterback. But at number 1, I got the Denver Broncos. Still top 2, top 3 defense in football. They went and got Jalen Waddle, which I think is huge for that offense. Maybe not most favorable, but when I was looking at these teams and placing them, I was looking at their schedules, and I feel like Denver probably does have the most favorable schedule to land that number 1 seed. And like you see here, love him or hate him, they got a damn good coach in Sean Payton. I know he's an asshole, I know he's a dickhead, but he's a good football coach, and they got a great O-line, so I think that'll protect them going into the playoffs. They're going to need that. I like them to be the 1 seed in the AFC this year. Alright, let's get into the NFC now. This one, a lot of moves happened this offseason, but there was one that kind of made this division feel like it was locked up. But let's just go ahead and get into the just missed category. Giants, Lions, and Bucks. The Giants, I know a lot of people are going to be like, bro, they're not just missing, they're fucking missing. But I think they improved their team a lot. The Lions, too inconsistent for me. I wouldn't be surprised if they made the playoffs. I just really don't think that they will. Tampa, again, another team where I won't be surprised if they win their division. The division's pretty weird, but I got another team winning it. We'll see here shortly, but let's get into the 7 seed. 7 seed, I got the oh my gosh, I can't type. The Vikings, whatever you want to say. I got the Vikings. They went and got Kyler Murray this offseason. Pretty big move, in my opinion. He's got head coach Kevin O'Connell, and they call him the quarterback whisperer. Kyler was never bad. He just didn't, play up to his potential. I think Kevin O'Connell will help unlock that potential. And he's got an elite receiver core. He's got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and they added Jawan Jennings, who I like more than Jalen Naylor, so I think that was a big move for them. And they did lose some people on that interior D-line, Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, but they still got a solid defense, so I got them coming in at the 7th seed. But let's move on to the 6th seed. I got the Dallas Cowboys, man. I just dropped a video doing contenders or pretenders. I think Dallas has a contender case, man. That defense looks nice. Jerry Jones cooked. He went and got a bunch of people, but my favorite person on that defense is Caleb Downs. I think he's going to be a top 5 safety in the league this year, and he probably will be the best safety in the league by the time he's done. But, they needed they needed a defense really bad last year. They went and got it. The one thing they didn't need was offense. That offense is elite. They got 2 top 7 receivers, probably 2 top 4, top 5 receivers, and George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. And they got a great quarterback in Dak Prescott, and I think he's an MVP sleeper this year. And at the 5 seed, I got the Seattle Seahawks. They're coming off a Super Bowl championship. It's going to be a little bit harder to win that division this year. We'll talk about that later. But they got an elite receiver trio with Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed. They lost some guys on defense, but I think they'll be okay. The defense still looks good. Their head coach, Mike McDonald, as you can see here, he is Hemsky. That dude is nice. He knows what he's doing. But something that's going to matter, or the big question I got going into the season for the Seattle Seahawks is, can Sam Darnold continue to play at a high level? We've seen him do it back-to-back years now, but we can't forget what he was, so we got to just keep that in mind. and that is a question we have to ask ourselves. And the other question is, can they beat the LA Rams? Rams, obviously a team we'll talk about later in this video, but that's going to be a big problem for Seattle. Can they beat the Rams? I don't know if they can, but I got them at 5. Coming in at 4, maybe controversial, I got the Atlanta Falcons. Big question surrounding the Atlanta Falcons is who's going to start at quarterback week 1. I think it should be Tua probably, and I don't think Tua's dog shit. Like, I know a lot of people think that. I don't think he's dog shit, but he's got some elite weapons right now. He's got Bijan, he's got Drake London, he's got Kyle Pitts. They have a good defense as well. The team is there. They just got to put it together. And a question I got for the Atlanta Falcons is Kevin Stefanski the answer? I'm not a big fan of him, and I feel like they got a really good roster. They just needed a good head coach. I'm excited to see what he does, but I don't know if he was the answer. And another question is, can they sweep anyone in the division? They tied with everybody last year. They split. They got to sweep somebody. If they want to win this division, they got to sweep the Saints, the Panthers. They got to sweep somebody, but we'll see what they do. Coming in at 3, we got the Chicago Bears. This is a good-ass team. Caleb, I think, is going to take a big leap this year. I think I'm looking at him as a potential MVP candidate this year. That's where I see him going. Obviously, Ben Johnson is an S-tier head coach. Something I want to see from this Bears team, though, is I want to see Roma Dunze and Luther Burden take that next step, because they did lose DJ Moore, which DJ Moore is not like this elite guy, but he was their one. One of those guys has to step up and become the one. They have to play well enough. I think Rome can, but we'll have to see. They got a solid running back duo, obviously Swift and Monangai. They're pretty damn good, but can the Chicago Bears hold off the Lions, Packers, and Vikings? That's going to be a lot tougher of a task than it was just a year ago, but I think they can. So I think they lock up that division, coming at number 3. But let's go to number 2, where I have the Philadelphia Eagles. This defense is ridiculous. It already was, but they went and got more people. They traded for Jonathan Grenard. They added a couple more people that I am not thinking of off the top of my head, but really good defense. They got probably the best running back in football in Saquon Barkley. They got a really good receiver room. They lost A.J. Brown, but they went and replaced him with Mekhi Lemon. They also got Hollywood Brown, and they got somebody else, the dude from the Packers, Dontavion Wicks. They got somebody else too, but a really good receiver room. But a big question for Philadelphia is, can Sirianni lead this team? He's had a lot of shit talked about him through the past however many years he's been there. Sometimes he's shown up, sometimes he hasn't. He's got to show up this time. If they don't at least get this 2 seed this year, or if they get first rounded, I think there's a very good chance that we see him out as head coach in Philly. And can Jalen Hurts play well enough? That is yet to be seen. He's played, he hasn't played like shit. Like, a lot of people shit on Jalen Hurts. He hasn't been bad, but he's going to have to be better. And then obviously coming in at number 1, the LA Rams. Fuck these guys. They went and got Myles Garrett, the biggest bitch in the world. Puka Nafante, that's just not fair. Stafford, league MVP last year. McVay, best head coach in the NFL in my opinion. And they might get Aaron Donald back. It's pretty stupid. Fuck the Rams, to be honest with you. But I got them at 1. So just to recap and to put it in bracket form here in front of you, we got Denver as the 1 seed in the AFC, which would give us a Steelers-Chiefs matchup in the first round, Patriots-Bengals, and the Jaguars-Texans. This is a pretty good playoff, it's a pretty good playoff setup for us, man. I really like this. I kind of hope this is how it goes. I'm not going to pick any winners or anything, but it looks like a fun playoff weekend. And then on the other side of things, got the Rams at the 1 seed, which gives us a Eagles-Vikings matchup, Bears-Cowboys, and Falcons-Seahawks. Again, just an elite playoff weekend right here, man. Bears Cowboys would be electric. Seahawks Falcons could be fun. Vikings Eagles. That's what I got, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys disagree with my picks. Maybe you want to see your team here, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who you think I disrespected, who you think should be in the playoffs or anything like that. Let me know, but I appreciate you guys for watching, man.